Today I'm going to show you a simple makeup routine that will only take you 5 minutes. I can't tell you how many mornings I hit that snooze button just one too many times, or those mornings where my children can't get along and it distracts me completely, but I need to be polished and put together. That's why I created this routine. For fast makeup, you want everything in the palm of your hands and easily accessible so you're not digging through your bag. I like using Mascara Beauty. This is the 3D foundation. It consists of highlight, contour, lip and cheek, and illuminator to give that professional glow in just minutes. But I will also show you how to use these products for different purposes, so then that way we get a full face in 5 minutes. The first step is to even out my skin tone. I am taking the blush and bronzer brush, small end, dipping it into a little bit of my highlight color, and then buffing it all over the skin. Now notice that I did not apply the highlight color in the areas that I'm going to be applying the contour, which are at the top of my forehead and in the hollows of my cheekbones. You can also skip the sides of your nose if you don't want to put that highlight there. I personally need a little bit of coverage. Another tip is if you do need coverage on certain areas, you'll want to take the product and press it into the skin as opposed to buffing it into the skin. That pressing motion is going to build that coverage. I have sun damage and age spots in this area, so I pick up the product and I do these tapping motions to build that coverage and give an even, flawless face. The reason that I don't apply the highlight in these areas where the contour goes is because I want a simple, easy, one layer of foundation on my entire face. So now moving it on to the contour, what I'm gonna do is I like to use the Detail HAC Brush. So I'm gonna pick up a little bit of the contour using the Detail HAC Brush and just apply that in the hollows of my cheeks, the parameter of my forehead, and then I also like to do my jawline as well. So I will do that, and then I'll show you how to very, very quickly do your nose contour. Okay, so there are a couple different ways that you can blend out this contour. You can either use the Detail HAC Brush, which I just use the like pressing motion where I'm just pushing it into the skin, or you can pick up your blush and bronzer brush and just kind of work the product into the skin. There's no wrong way to do this. You can also use a sponge. However you feel you're most comfortable with, that's the best way to do it for you. Don't forget to blend your jawline. And see how this just gives you a more updated look as opposed to a flat foundation that we're so used to. This looks so much better and it's just as fast. So now I'm dipping my contour into, I'm dipping my fingers into the contour. I'm gonna give a little rub like this, and then I'm just gonna go down the sides of my nose very close. See how I'm leaving just a very small amount of skin showing, and then just like this, and I get the tip of my nose just like so, and then I blend it by using pressing motions into my skin with the small end of the B² brush. So moving on from there, I'm going to take a little bit of the blush. We call this lip and cheek. I'm going to grab a little bit of product on my small end and just dab right on the apples of my cheeks. You can also use the bigger end if you prefer. And you can also use the Detail HAC Brush. I'll show you both. Whichever brush you prefer, that's the best way to apply. One way to get that youthful glow and to look wide awake and look like you spent a ton of time doing your makeup and you really didn't is by applying an illuminator. It's just a product that makes your skin look more luminescent and have a glow to it. There's several ways you can apply an illuminator. I like using a cream illuminator and a perfector sponge. I just take the rounded end of the sponge, swipe once in the product, and then stamp onto my skin right on top of my cheekbone. And then I do the other side just like this. Then I do the tip of my nose, Cupid's bow, chin, and just a little bit in my forehead. If you have oily skin, you can skip the T-zone. It's just something that I like to do. Then you'll want to take your pinky, add a little bit of the illuminator right under your brow, And then you'll pop a little bit right on the inner corners of your eyes, just a little bit. See how that already gives you a nice wide awake effect. You can also apply the illuminator on your collarbones. Now this is above a 5-minute application, I get it, but you need to know these things. This one is actually, the illuminator that I'm using today actually is a fragrance illuminator. It's fragrance number 3, one of my favorites. So it's a solid perfume that goes in your compact. It doesn't bother my eyes, and I have extremely sensitive eyes. It doesn't break me out, but everybody's different. It's made with essential oils. So that's just another bonus on multi-purpose products. Okay, so moving on to the next steps, what we're gonna do is apply our eyeshadow. So I'm going back to the Detail HAC Brush. If you noticed, I put highlight all over my lid just to even out the skin tone, and it kind of creates almost like an eyeshadow base. Now I'm taking the small end of the Detail HAC Brush, grabbing a little bit of my contour, throwing this onto my lid. Now this is a denser consistency, so it's actually really, really nice for an eyeshadow. So I just apply that from the lash line all the way up to the crease in like a sweeping tapping motion, just to make sure everything's nice and blended. And then from there, I'm grabbing a little bit on the edge of my brush and just running that along my lower lash line. Okay, now for the contour color, I am also going to, believe it or not, fill in my eyebrows. Now, not all contours are created equal, so it's important that if you want this 5-minute makeup look, all you have to do is send me a message and I will hook you up with the exact contours that will look good, not just for your skin, but for your eyebrows as well. So do you see the difference whenever I fill in my eyebrows versus when I don't fill in my eyebrows? It makes your eye look wider, brighter, more awake, and really you just look more put together in seconds. Okay, moving on to lips, I am going to, believe it or not, line my lips using the contour. So again, not all contours are created equal. So make sure you message me so I can hook you up with the correct color. So I'm just taking the Multitasker Brush, which is a synthetic bristle brush, and I'm going outside the edges of my lips. And I'm just doing a sweeping motion. So I'm not doing a perfect line. I'm just kind of filling in right above my lip to give the illusion of having bigger, fuller lips. And then I will just take my finger and make sure that it's nice and blended. And then apply the lip and cheek color. You can apply with your finger or your brush, whichever you prefer. The lip and cheek I'm using is called Hollywood. It's a nice, natural, neutral color. It's like a pinky peach coral color. Once I apply the lip and cheek to my lips, I like to take a little bit and just pop that right on the center of my lid. And what that does is just give a little soft touch of color. So there's that. Moving on to mascara. This is never pretty to put on camera, so I'm gonna throw on some mascara. The final step is to lock your makeup in by using the Stay Spray. I just like to take the sponge that I used to put that illuminator on. I just spray a few times onto my sponge and then I press all over my skin and it just locks everything in place. You can also get the Stay Spray with SPF, so it will protect you from the sun as well. To get your own custom palette for a simple makeup routine, it's really easy. All you have to do is send me a message and I will color match you. We will create a custom compact just for you so you can be out the door looking good in 5 minutes.